Today we're taking a look at Mythic Mage. This is a dungeon crawler adventure game available for free right now on SideQuest. So let's jump in. So this game is still very much in its early stages. Lots of features to yet be added, but still a lot of fun. And I'll show you some of the gameplay as we go. So here's our first monster. You can block these projectiles like that, or you can dodge them unsuccessfully like I did there. But you've also got magic as well. So you can use both hands if you like. You can also have two swords if you want to. And you've got the things you might expect from a typical dungeon crawler, like gold coins and your health on your left hand. Still lots of features to be added. I mean, in a typical dungeon crawler, you'd expect puzzles, you'd expect other features like, in addition to gold, but items you can pick up as you go. Although in this game you can buy items at the end of the level. You'd also expect traps in a typical dungeon crawler. So there are a few things to be added for sure, but still a lot of fun in this early access stage. I did ask the author, Andy, if he had any plans for this game. He mentioned that he doesn't have any plans as such. He is just waiting to get feedback and then developing it from there. For example, this didn't have smooth locomotion to begin with, but it has been added after feedback was given requesting it. Oops, wrong button. You need to do that. I'm going to stick with left hand spell, right hand sword weapon. So when I saw this, I thought I really had to play this one because dungeon crawlers, I do enjoy dungeon crawlers. One of the best dungeon crawlers I have played that's fairly modern is Legend of Grimrock 1 and 2. So it's not a VR game, it's for the PC. And absolutely fantastic. If you haven't played it and you like this type of game, definitely check that one out. The puzzles are fantastic. The monsters, the lore, everything. It's just really, really good. Worth checking out. So, I'm getting a bit lost here. Now that's one thing with this game as well. You don't have an auto map. Now there's something that could be added, although back some of the older dungeon crawler games like Eye of the Beholder series, if you want to check out Eye of the Beholder, that is a D&D dungeon crawler series. The best one in that series is number 2 by a lot of people's opinions. Number 2 in that series is on GOG, Galaxy of Games, and I think that came out in the early 90s, that one. So games back then, they were brutal. They did not let you off easy. I don't think there was any auto map, and so you had to draw your own map. And I think that'd be cool in a game like this, to be able to either turn on an auto map function or get out a piece of paper virtually and a pen and draw the map as you go. I think that'd be really good. I would enjoy that, I think. I really like the look of the monsters. Now another free dungeon crawler type game, if you're interested, is Ancient Dungeon. That used to just be available on Discord, their Discord channel, but now you can get it on SideQuest. And that's a fantastic dungeon crawler game, and you can get that for free right now. It's quite a bit further along than this game in terms of development. I definitely recommend checking that one out. I have done a video on that. I'll leave a link to the video in the description below if you're interested in seeing what that one's about. But with that game, it has the voxel type graphics, like, you know, this Minecraft blocky style graphics, which are okay. I'm not a massive fan of those. I prefer these sort of graphics with these sort of creatures look a bit more realistic, in my opinion, but that's just my preference. Others might prefer it the other way. Wow, these guys, I don't want to get close to them. They look like they can do some damage, so with this game, also, I think they need to just make the magic maybe a bit more limited, because at this moment it's very easy just to chuck a ton of magic bolts at the enemies and take them out. So maybe a mana system, or make it so that you can't just chuck a bunch of bolts at once. Would help with that one. Great, so I've done the first stage. Or, yeah, over 5,000 coins. Now I think there is a little boss as well. There's a sort of mini boss before I'm allowed to start to use my coins and purchase some stuff. So let's check that out. Let me crack a few of these pots open, get as much gold as I can, because I'll be using that soon. Oh, these guys come from. Ouch. I've still got a bit of health. Although I might just switch both hands to spell, because I don't want to get close if I can help it. Damn. Alright, now take on this big guy. Nice. Okay. Oh crap. There's more. And the secrets opened up. And that's another thing with all good dungeon crawlers. Secrets. Secret passages, secret compartments. Definitely need those around as well. Alright, fantastic. I think that is this stage done. How much gold have I got so far? Almost 8 grand. I'm loaded. Once I finish this, it will take me to, if I remember correctly, like a shop area where I can purchase some armor and weapons and things like that. So brilliant. Now this is an early access, very early stages, so I think the range of weapons and armor are pretty limited. So what's this? Level 1 armor increases the maximum health. Take that. So my armor is now 120. Health potion, 200 coins. Heal back to max health. Well, I don't need that. I think I've already got max health. So sword, level 2. Okay, presume more damage. And what's this one? Spell damage, level 2. Okay, fantastic. Let's continue. See how far I can get. So the textures do change, although the number of textures on the walls and floors are very limited, and you get this flat wall effect. And I'm sure these are things that are going to be updated as this one develops further. So next level. So I do think they need to balance the game, definitely, in terms of how powerful the magic is, how fast you walk through the dungeon, the amount of coins you get. I've noticed I've got quite a lot of coins, more than enough to buy what I need to buy. And of course the other big thing is just adding content, adding different weapons, adding different spells, these sorts of things. Things probably in time that will come. Adding skill trees as well, unlocking skill trees, leveling up system. So lots of different things to add, but heaps of potential here. Really enjoyable, even though it's fairly basic at this point in time. So I believe these dungeons are procedurally generated, so no one dungeon is the same. You go through these, it's going to change up each time. And that's the same with the other dungeon crawler I mentioned, Ancient Dungeon. It's procedurally generated, so you get a different type of dungeon each time. Way. Was not expecting this. Need a level 4 as well, so they're a bit harder. Let's get double melee. Easier than expected. Level 5. Ah, ran out of coins. Don't have enough coins, so although I started off with quite a few coins at the start, now it seems like I'm running low. So it's going to get harder and harder each time. Of course, the creatures are going to be higher level, although I'm going to have better, stronger weapons as well, so it probably evens out. But I've definitely noticed more creatures in each dungeon as well. They seem to be spawning more. You know, I recently played Oathbreakers, and I think they've got a great... Oathbreakers is, for anyone who hasn't seen it, you can check out, I'll leave a link to my video on that in the description below. It's a project on Kickstarter right now. It's a game on Kickstarter. It's a player versus player wizard game where you duel another person. Multiplayer isn't quite at that stage yet, but that's the plan. And you cast spells by pressing different combinations on the controller and launching the spell. And I think it's a really good idea because it imitates the intelligence aspect of that class. You know, you have to remember different spells, you have to remember different combinations on your controller, just like, you know, you'd expect a wizard class to do. Have to memorize spells, and the more spells you can memorize, obviously the better you're going to be. Be good if we had a similar sort of system with the magic. Right now you can just launch the magic fairly simply, but one way of limiting the power of magic in this game would be sort of a mana bar, but also having the player have to type out a combination, or maybe weave a combination in the air with their hands to cast a spell. That'd be really cool. Level 7, he's huge. Let's take out his minions. Alright, now let's take him out. He's big, but it's not that hard. It'd be good to see some doors as well, like, because right now I can just sort of run through this dungeon. Don't have to attack many people, many monsters. So something to slow me down would be good, so you can't just run through the whole thing, get to the end, next stage. So some locks, keys, puzzles, doors, things like that, traps as well. These are all things that would be great to add, so I can't just run through the level. The melee is quite good. You get some, feels quite satisfying to take these guys out. And I finished. There we go. Highest floor, last adventure 9. It just stopped there. I'm not sure if that was supposed to happen, but looks like that was my run complete. So that's definitely the best run I've had in this game. So there we have it, Mythic Mage. Fantastic start. Definitely give it a go if this is your type of game. Wholly recommend it. I think I'll be keeping an eye on this one to see how it develops. I'll keep in touch with the developer, and I do hope to play this again soon when there's been more updates and more content added. Really looking forward to it. That's about it from me. Catch you next time.